Hello everyone, and welcome to Stage 4 of the Zwift games, the Peaky Pave course. This is a race in the 210 to 330 racing score range, so a little bit on the low end of the range. I'm actually in the closer to the top end of the range, so I have a chance of doing well in this race, but you never know how things are going to turn out. This has got a couple of good climbs that you have to tackle, and it's a pretty large field, about 120 some riders, I think. So it's going to be a tough one. So as we get started, pretty much a typical start. Not too fast. Just trying to stay in the pack, do as little work as possible, which is pretty much the theme of this whole race and all my strategies. Pretty much, I cannot attack. I don't have the kind of power to pull away from the pack, so my usual strategy is just to sit in and do as little work as possible. Not a whole lot happens here. Obviously, the two climbs are the big features in the race. There's the aqueduct climb about 2/3 into the race. It's a little bit of a push, but not too bad. So basically, all I'm doing here is trying to stay in and stay in the draft. Things tend to stretch out here and there as people make different surges. There's a couple of places where it gets strung out and I have to push back to get in, but pretty much stay in the pack this whole way here. So skipped ahead to the beginning of the first climb. You can see a bunch of people popping feathers here, and it's probably not the best place to pop these feathers. You've got one in the entire race in this stage, so dropping your feather at the bottom of the slope is not really a good idea. This actually turns into a pretty big dig here. One guy gets ahead, and the group starts to split, and I have a tough time hanging on to this group. I push ahead, try to stay in, but as you'll see towards the top, I get dropped out of this first group, and there's a separation. This first group will start to pull away, and I'm struggling at the top here, and eventually that front group gets away, and another group forms as a group to once over the top of that hill. So as we go along here, you can catch glimpses. The front group gets about 10 to 15 seconds ahead of us, and I really want to be in that group. So you'll see here occasionally I'll take a pull. I don't normally do this, but I wanted to start bringing us back, and it seemed like these guys were getting kind of lazy, and so I decided to take some pulls and try to spur the group to put in a chase and catch these guys back. And you'll see as we come up here, there's a couple of places where I'll take a pull and keep trying to keep the pressure on where these guys go out, and I want to bridge that gap and pull the rest of the guys up with us and keep this second group on the road pushing hard. And as you see, we're starting to bring back the front group. I don't know if they eased up. Sometimes, there can be some infighting in the group where nobody wants to take a pull, where the guys chasing have some impetus to catch up, and that's what we did. We slowly brought these guys back, and eventually you can see them there. We caught up. I actually asked them. They congratulated us for catching, and I asked them if they would let us recover for a little bit. So we were able to sit in the bigger pack and get my heart rate back down and kind of chill along this route to the next little mini climb is the aqueduct climb, which isn't really too hard, but like always, you don't want to lose focus and not pay attention and get gapped by somebody. So definitely want to keep stuck in the front in the main pack and not get strung out. So here's the aqueduct climb. I actually kind of got caught off the back here, and I had to, you see a gap open up here. I had to push pretty hard to get back in the pack. I was a little bit worried about dropping off, but managed to stay in it. Again, this kind of strung along the valley floor here until we get to the base of the climb. So here's the start of the final climb. And I'm hanging around, between 18 and 21st place. People sort of going back and forth. I end up just duking it out with around 20th place. These guys surge and pass, and I can't stay with the front group, so I'm just kind of having to go with these guys. Coming up here, I'm not sure exactly when to fire my feather. I probably did it too early, but I wanted to catch these guys. So I fired the feather and rode past these guys, got up to 18th place, but my feather ran out. They attacked and passed me right back. I probably should have held the feather, should have tried to held on to them without the feather and then popped the feather here at the end. Just couldn't bridge this gap between these guys. And so ended up with 20th place, which I'm happy with. I mean, it was a tough one. I probably could have done better, but that's racing. You never know how things are going to work, and I'm generally happy with the top 20 finish.